Hey guys, thanks for joining in on this video and hopefully watching the next couple of videos after this. It's been definitely a fun experience and hopefully one that you guys find both informative and enjoyable. These series of videos came about because a number of my friends told me that they were curious to know what the process was like, and yeah, just wanted to find out a little bit more about it. So hopefully this is both, again, informative and enjoyable for not just my friends, but even others out there who are wanting to know some of the same information. So the things I will be covering in these series of videos is basically what I've learned so far. This is the first time I've been going through this process, so you'll be learning as I learn, and it'll be a take on what to expect and some of the pitfalls when you're starting off. So I'll be going through what it's like to bid on a car, some of the expenses that you normally wouldn't think about when winning an auction, how to navigate Copart, what it's like to have your car transported by a professional service, what the process is like getting a parts car, and all of that. So, and there's many more things, and I'll certainly try and be as informative and address any questions that come along. But the goal for this car is to have a daily driver that's both enjoyable and reliable, but I definitely want a car that's track worthy. So it'll be a transformation over time, and something that you guys will enjoy, hopefully as much as I do. You'll also see that in some of these videos I have some long hair, and there were a couple times where I found that a file was corrupted or lost, or video quality was subpar, so I just went ahead and re-recorded. So it might be a little bit of time travel, with watching some of the beginning videos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and show you a little bit about the car and the process. Thanks. Alright guys, here's the BRZ. It's a 2016 BRZ Premium Edition, and yeah, you can see right away that there's some components missing in the front. You've got a passenger fender that's missing. You've got, of course, the bumper, the headlights, the radiator, AC condenser, the bumper support, all kinds of stuff. And so, but otherwise the car here really looks pretty good. Alright, here is another angle of the car. Here you can see really the whole car really looks pretty good. The driver front fender has two circles, it's got probably a couple dings right there, and again you see all the missing stuff in the front. The mud guard there over the tire looks like it would still need to be replaced, but yeah, here the car again looks pretty good. Alright, this is the back end of a pretty good looking car. Now you have a couple stickers on there and things, but on the windows, but it's not, doesn't really say too much until you get close to the sticker and you see that the person was a part of the FT86 forum, which is the forum for these cars. But the other thing you see is a single outlet exhaust that does not look like a stock exhaust tip. So already I'm thinking this guy is put some performance parts on there, and you can see that it's got a single outlet and it's not there's no exhaust tip on the other side. Alright, here you see a bit of the same thing I said, single outlet exhaust. It's not present on this side, but the rest of the car and all the body panels here look pretty good. You might have a scratch sitting in front of the passenger rear tire, but other than that, looking pretty good. Okay, so here you get a pretty good interior. Nothing looks really dirty from what we can tell, and no blown airbags or anything like that. But if you have a sharp eye and you know about BRZs, again you'll see that the shifter knob is aftermarket. So again, signs that somebody might have had a little fun with this car. Okay, here are the back seats. Again, no significant wear here. Everything seems to be pretty good, just needs a little cleaning up. And you can see the cup holders are present here. Yes, I'm American, I guess they're important to me, but more importantly, and what I'm looking for, is that the person took care of the car. Those cup holders are removable and can be lost, but they're here. Okay, here's another shot that shows you all the things that need to be replaced, including the cold air intake. You also have the tower, strut tower braces that are not there. If you look at the passenger strut tower and the back wall between the battery and the back of the engine, you'll see some markings that might be some damage. So yeah. Okay, here's a picture showing the odometer with 45,000 and a half miles. They strategically didn't show you any of the other errors that might have been popping up, but I thought that was sneaky of them. Alright, here's another shot of the front. One thing that stands out here to me is the part of the wiring harness. It looks like the wiring harness is intact, and that's something that you might want to take a look at when you're looking at a damaged vehicle. Just, make sure that the harness is all there and it's not all torn up, and because they're a pain in the butt to go ahead and replace. Alright, here are the rest of the juicy details of the car. Well, not all of them actually, but it is a run and drive, so that's really important when you look at highlights, because it could mean that when you hire a transport service, they can get it on and off easily, or if you go and pick it up yourself, you can easily unload it and park it wherever you need. So that's a big thing. The car is a manual transmission. They do make some automatic versions of these, so just keep an eye out. And even for any car that you're looking at. The keys are a big deal. You definitely want to make sure that you have keys available for the car, because then you're up a creek without a paddle. The other important thing is that this car is located in Waco, Texas. One, it's fairly close to me, and two, that's a big deal because in Texas you don't have to have any specific licenses or brokers or anything to bid on a car, unlike many other states. Hey guys, so now you saw the car. What was the bid process like? The bid process had a little bit of going back and forth. The morning of the bid, I was taking my daughter Zoe to daycare, and I'd already spoken to my wife and asked her, hey, if I find a car for $5,000, would you be okay? And she said sure. So on the morning after I dropped off my little girl, I got to the car, and sure enough, the car was already up for auction. And I made a max bid of $5,100. The bid incrementally went up. You can see people going from $2,000 all the way up to $5,000. It was slowing down. I thought I was going to win it, but then somebody last minute bid higher, put a bid higher than $5,100. So then, I was a little anxious, and I just wound up putting a max bid. I went up once or twice and put a max bid of just $5,900. I said that's the highest I'm going to go. That's the highest I can justify to my wife. And I won at 57. Now that wasn't the end of the story, and I was very excited because I was thinking the whole time, no way, I'm actually going to win this thing after bidding on cars and losing all the time, and that's a part of it. But when I won at 5,700, that doesn't mean that you take the car home, because that particular bid was on reserve. So there was a reserve, or a minimum price that the seller was trying to get. The price that they were wanting, and they send you a message and all that, and there's counter bids and these buttons that help you navigate through that, but they wanted $10,600 for it. And I said that I'm going to stick with my price. And I pressed that button anxiously, but they sent me another message later saying that they were willing to go down to $6,500, and asked me what my counter bid would be. And so I said, they went down that much, that's fine. I'll go up $100 to show that I'm willing to move a little bit. So I went up to $5,800. And as soon as I did that, it's like an electronic algorithm. It automatically went to a counter bid on their part for $6,200. And I said, I'm going to sit where I'm at. I already went up. and I sat there probably maybe for an hour. I was talking to several friends and was kind of anxious, and I said, you know what, I'd hate to lose a car because of $100. I'd be willing to go up $100 more. That was my original max, and I'll stay there. And so I pressed that, and I waited, and I was anxious, and it turns out that I won. They sent me a message eventually saying, hey, you won it, congratulations, da da da. At that point, I called Copart to ask him, hey, how do I go about getting my car? They were very friendly out in Waco. I was speaking to a woman who was very helpful, very polite, and asked me to help me out, and then asked me to come back if I had any more questions. So if you're new to this process, don't be afraid to call them and ask for help, and tell them, hey, look, I'm new to this, and I'd love to help this go as smoothly as possible. Hey guys, thanks for hanging in and watching the video. I hope the video proved to be helpful, and you know, as you can tell, it's already getting a little bit late today, so looking to wrap this thing up. But again, yeah, thanks for watching it, and I hope you can stick around for the next couple of videos. One thing I hope you can take away is that you know, if you're looking to see if you're on the fence about whether you can do something like this or not, you definitely can. If you're mechanically, you know, savvy, if you have some tools and a good place to work on a car, and you have some shops nearby that'll help you out, you can definitely get this done. It does take a little bit of leap of faith, but you know, hopefully, again, I can shed a little bit of light on how to go about doing this. But you know, that being said, there are plenty of resources out there. There are plenty of channels out there. A lot of people tend to build BRZs for the same reason. Just hope that in some, you know, small way or in my own way, I can help you guys get there. So that being said, this channel is really new. I'm certainly open to suggestions on how I can improve. So if you guys have any ideas, go ahead and leave some comments down in the comment section. Yeah, even the name. A couple of people have asked me, you know, why Fubies and things, and it just, perhaps for lack of creativity, you know, I mashed two names, Ford and Subaru, which are two companies I tend to like. You know, Corvettes are, you know, great. Chevy's, you know, a good company. There are plenty of other good companies out there. I know there's a little bit of tribalism with brands, but you know, I like Mustangs and I like Subarus, like the BRZ. So the other thing is I you know, plan on putting different genres of videos, not just you know, automotive stuff. So that's why I put the and things. So, but if you guys have a better idea of what the name of the channel should be, throw some comments. You know, we'll go ahead and go from there, and you know, we'll see if there's something that would fit us, fit this channel better. But again, thanks a lot, and hope you stick around. Appreciate it.